Hello everyone and welcome to Cooking with Chef ThugLife. My name is Kenesha and I am here with Miss Karina from the Boys and Girls Club, and she will be assisting me all week long as I prepare different recipes to share with y'all, and hopefully you'll be able to make one on your own by the end of the week. Today we will be starting off with making waffles, buttermilk waffles to be exact. And I have all of the ingredients here, and Miss Karina will be assisting me in measuring and mixing and all of that fun stuff. Let's get started. So we could get started first with making buttermilk, because sometimes buttermilk isn't available in the store, or you may just already have regular whole milk at home and all that you need is some lemon juice to make it. So our recipe calls for 1 3/4 cups of buttermilk. So in this cup here, I just want you to measure out the 1 3/4 cups of milk.
1 3/4 cups. Okay. It says it right here, guys. Okay. Please, Lord, I need to be able to do this the right way.
Miss Karina did the right thing by putting the measuring cup on a flat surface so that she can properly see everything instead of holding it up in the air.
Yes.
So you can leave that there. Then I'm going to cut up a lemon so that we can get some lemon juice. Wow, that is not what I wanted to grab.
So I have a question. If I don't have a fresh lemon at my house, can I use the lemon juice that comes in the green?
Yes, you can use the concentrated.
Okay.
It will still be the same amount. So we're going to juice this.
Nice.
And I got this at the dollar store. So juices are not something that's super expensive. If you guys hear some whining and crying in the background, that is my dog, Sergeant Hoagie. He's upset that he can't eat any of the human food.
No. None.
So, you don't even need all of this juice. We're just going to put 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Oh. So there is a difference if you look. This has a big T. Well, this says TBSP and then this says TSP. So this is a tablespoon and this is a teaspoon. And we only need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice into our milk, please.
Boom. Expert.
And then we're going to stir it up, and then we're just going to let it hang out for a little bit, and it's going to work its magic, and it's going to kind of make the milk a little sour, basically. When you add the acid to the milk, it kind of separates it. Like if you're, I don't even know what I want to say anymore. It just makes it into buttermilk. We'll run that back in a moment. We'll get back to that. Okay, so while the buttermilk is buttermilking, our recipe also calls for you can use this knife. We need 8 tablespoons of melted butter.
Oh, that's the whole
so
thing.
it's the whole thing, but you can cut it up into smaller pieces and then put it in there. Okay. This is my cute little pot.
Little cute little pot. What else do you make in this small pot?
I usually honestly just use it for like melting butter, or if I'm making like garlic butter.
Okay. I still can't get over the fact buttermilk has nothing to do with butter this whole time. My whole entire life to 8 years old. I found out.
I guess we can like look that up. I probably should have like did that beforehand.
They usually does.
I'm gonna put this on my stove. Sliding out. And let that start melting.
Nice.
So now we're going to get together the dry ingredients.
Okay.
And for that, we're going to need 1 3/4 cup of flour and I'll do the 1 cup and then you could do the 3/4.
Yeah, this looks fancy.
So when you're measuring flour, you just want to take a scoop and then you could have a little butter knife because you just want to tap all of the air pockets out of it and then you just make it flat so that you know you have 1 whole cup.
Boom.
So 1 cup in there and then you have a 1/4 cup. So since we need 3/4 of a cup, you have to scoop 1/4 3 times.
Okay. Shout out to all the left-handed people. Chop it up like this. Oops,
So you could put, make a bigger scoop
chop, 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 chop,
and then
chop,
smooth it out. Yep.
That is oddly satisfying. Oh my goodness. Chop, 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 chop. You gotta take the chopping serious, guys. It's very important. And you said I needed 3/4, so just 1 more cup.
Yep.
Let's see how this goes. Okay. I'm just having fun now. Boom.
Boom.
Bam! It's like,
I don't know if he has that copyright.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say, how do you
Cut. And we're also going to need just 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm gonna rinse this off.
And guys, we washed our hands before we started. I know you're wondering, but that did happen.
Yeah.
Safety first. 20 seconds. I'm so excited. It's our buttermilk doing its thing. With our flour. Our sugar. It's crystals and sugar. Please don't make this mistake, guys. Please don't make that mistake.
So 2 tablespoons of sugar. Right into the flour. So these waffles are not going to be super sweet. As you can see, we're only putting 2 tablespoons of sugar in there because you'll get extra sugar when you add your syrup to it. And then we have baking powder and baking soda, which are 2 different things and have different meanings when they are added. So baking soda is what gives things a crispness to it. So if you want, like, you know, to have your crispy waffle on the outside, but then you want it to be fluffy on the inside, that's where the baking powder comes in because that gives you the lift that you want in there in combination with your buttermilk. So we just need I think it's 2 teaspoons. No, I'm lying. 1 teaspoon of each. So it's your teaspoon. And then so most of the time with baking powder, there'll be this little edge right here. So you scoop it out and then you run the teaspoon along that edge to flatten it out, like how you would with the flour.
I'll take that. 2 teaspoons of each?
No, 1 teaspoon of each. This one's a little weird. You might just have to like shake it. I'll handle it.
Let's make it. That's why I took the darker apron, because I just knew.
And that is all of our dry ingredients. And you can whisk that together just to get it all incorporated.
Boom.
Butter, melting nicely. So you have your dry ingredients, and then we're also going to have our wet ingredients, which is going to be the buttermilk, butter, and eggs. So now we're going to crack some eggs.
Okay.
I'm going to crack one, and then you can crack the other. So when you're cracking eggs, you do not want to go like on the bowl, how a lot of people will go like that, because then you can get egg shell inside the egg. And then another way, so you want to crack it onto a flat surface, and then you also want to crack it into a different bowl before putting into whatever your mixing bowl is, just in case. It's just like a super safe process to make sure there's no eggshell. So you crack it on a flat surface, stick your thumb in, and bloop. And so we know there's no eggshell, and now we pour it in.
Okay. All right. I got this. Shucks. Gotcha.
Yep. And then you can just add it to the mixing bowl. Perfect. You could also melt it in the microwave, but butter just always explodes on me in the microwave.
Yeah.
So I like to do it on the
more than 2
stove.
seconds at a time.
Yeah. Nobody has time to like watch
That
that.
little pot. That's an excellent gift. That's what my grandma was gonna do. She loves stuff like that.
I found it at a thrift store. Like a lot of the stuff that I buy, as far as like my cooking equipment, are from thrift stores. And then like I get like other things like this stuff, but like it was all like on clearance at Target.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, this looks fancy.
Oh,
And now look at me with a cooking show with my fancy gold bowls.
Where'd you get those? Where'd you get those bowls, Karina? These are some
And they have a little lovely like non-skid bottoms. It's like, oh,
last through the ages. That's what you want. Longevity. For real.
I forgot to add salt. I apologize. So in here, I always use kosher salt. Just need 1 teaspoon of salt into our dry
And what
ingredients.
does the salt do?
Salt actually helps bring out other flavors. So that's why you only need a small amount of it. So like we're going to be adding vanilla to our eggs and buttermilk as well. So it's like it brings out more of the vanilla taste. Or if you wanted to add any other spices to this, like if you wanted to add cinnamon or nutmeg, ginger. There's a lot of different seasoning spices that you can play with. That's why I like showing people just like a basic waffle.
Right.
And then you could play around with adding any other flavors to it.
I'll have me tested in my kitchen.
So if you look now at the buttermilk, well, at the milk that we added the lemon to, it's getting like a little bit thick. See? It's like clotted up now.
Oh, wow.
And that's kind of like what buttermilk is. It's just kind of like a sour milk, but it's at a safe like cooking temperature.
Okay.
That's why you can use it and you're not gonna die. So if you don't have buttermilk on hand, you don't see it in the store sometimes, because that happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
I won't see it in the store. Or if you already have whole milk and it's just like you only need like 2 cups of milk for the recipe, and a lot of times buttermilk is sold by like a half gallon, so it's like I don't need all this buttermilk. So 2 tablespoons of lemon juice.
And you'll be
Oh
good.
yeah, all you need is just
You
one
just
lemon.
need it to thicken up some.
Yeah.
And I'm a person who always has lemon in their house. I may not always have milk, but I always have lemon. So
All right, so we can add the milk to the eggs, and we're also going to add
like so.
1 tablespoon of vanilla. A lot of recipes will only call for like 1 teaspoon, and I don't think that's enough. I like vanilla.
Me too.
going to be prominent. You can whisk that together. So you might want to like poke the eggs a little bit just so that they break up, and then just mix that together. We're gonna wait a little bit to add the butter into it because we don't want the egg to cook.
My Nana would be so proud right now. Can we use the electric mixer? No, Karina. No, you cannot. That's funny. It's not the most active child. Okay.
Alrighty. Then I'm gonna add in our melted butter. And you could just mix that around as well. Great. It's all mixed together. It all looks like one color. So you know that you got your eggs broken up and all of that. So
Nice. Everything mixed in together, guys.
now we have all of our wet ingredients together and all of our dry ingredients together. We can start moving away all of our dirty dishes. You can keep a list there. So I'm going to plug in our waffle maker. If you have some type of like mat or a little tray, it's helpful to put underneath your waffle maker in case the waffle comes out on the sides. Shouldn't happen though. Are we plugged in? Okay. So you can find waffle makers in lots of different places nowadays.
Yeah,
so you can find them at TJ Maxx, JC Penney's, yeah, like 5 and below.
Random places.
Yeah, so it's not something that's expensive, and it's kind of cool to have around so that you can make your own waffle, so that you're not buying something that's pre-packaged and you're not sure what is all the ingredients that's in something that's pre-packaged. This is very simple ingredients. We just have flour, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, eggs, milk. These are all things that are kind of staples in households that should be staples in your household, so that you can put together something really simple for yourself like this.
So if we don't have a waffle maker, can we turn these into pancakes?
Technically, it would be something slightly different. But yes.
I heard that. Technically something different.
But if you really don't have a waffle maker, you can make a pancake. We might have to make some pancakes.
Ooh. Please don't throw me with a good time. I'm already excited.
So usually on waffle makers, they will have different numbers on there, and that just indicates like the darkness setting on it.
Okay.
I like mine to be like kind of crispy, so I put it at 4 out of 5.
Okay.
And there's usually lights and sometimes there's sounds to indicate when it's heated up. You put the waffle on, then it'll beep again, and that's when you take the waffle off. So we're going to let it get heated up as we mix together our ingredients. So what you want to do is kind of make a little hole in the center just so that all of the liquid has somewhere to go without spilling. And you can begin to pour the liquid in, and I'll mix it together.
Okay. Can we eat the raw dough?
No, that is not safe to do because of the eggs in the batter.
Oh no.
And another difference when you're making a pancake batter compared to a waffle batter, you want a waffle batter to be smooth, and with a pancake batter, you can leave it a little bit lumpy.
Okay.
So, as you can see, there's no dry pockets at the bottom.
Good.
So we know everything is mixed together. Lovely. Grab a little spatula. Want to get everything. Waste nothing. We took all that time to make that buttermilk.
We want it all.
Yes. So now we're just waiting for our waffle iron to let us know it is ready for us. And that's also, we're allowing the flour to absorb more of the liquid as it's just resting right now. So it's going to be perfect for us. Now we're just waiting. This green light lit up, and that indicates that the waffle is hot and ready for us, as you can see by the steam. Yes, have some spray. Just want a light spray on the top and the bottom. I have a ladle. If you don't have a ladle, you can actually use a measuring cup that we just use to put everything else in. And then you want to start it in the middle, and you don't want to fill it up too much because it's going to spread out once you close it. So you just want to see like about there. I think you could do like a little bit more. This is not for you, Hoagie. And then now we're going to close this, and when it beeps and this light goes off again, our waffle will be ready.
Yay, nice.
So now we had a beep and the green light, and you want to be careful. I'm actually going to get like some tongs or something, because the waffle will be hot coming out. Bam. You have a homemade buttermilk waffle.
That's mine. Just so you know.
And we're going to keep making more waffles, but something that you can also do once your waffles are done and you let them cool down, you can cut them in half, put them in a Ziploc bag, and put them into your freezer. And then you can just take them out or pop them in the oven or pop them in your toaster.
And reheat them?
And reheat them.
You can't do that with Eggos.
Bam.
You can't do that with Eggos. I'm just saying.
So we're just going to be making more waffles until all this batter is done.
Oh, how unfortunate.
I guess after this one, there could be like a shot of you doing it.
Pouring it? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, you know. You look great doing it.
I want to make sure that you also know how to do this, you know?
You know, I stayed at a hotel once or twice. You know. I did learn though that I'm not supposed to fill the entire
a lot of people do that and not realizing that the top, once you push it down, creates pressure, and so it spreads it out.
I don't know. See, that's why I stay off the kitchen. I make light things like oodles and noodles, chicken tenders.
We're going to be making oodles and noodles later on this week, and I'm going to show you how to
There's my favorite.
ramp it up. So now, like, bam, we're about to get the syrup shot. Probably gonna put some butter on here too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on now. That's ridiculous.
And then, you know, if you wanna get a little bit cute with it.
Gotta get cute now.
And then all you have to do is like add a sausage to this. I always like to like heat up some kale with some onions and peppers, and then boom. Oh my god.
Come on now. Look at that. Look at that.
That's all for you, Karina.
Yay.
That is all for you. I'm gonna get you a knife so that you can cut. There's your fork.
I don't know what I did to deserve this. I just want to thank the Academy. I want to thank Chef ThugLife. Advocate Media, please, Lord. I want to thank my mom. This wasn't for you. Oh, you know, I would have had his palate. Yay, I'm so excited. Oh.
Don't lie. Don't be
well,
like,
I made it too. I contributed, so I am
don't
one.
be one of the fake people. They just be like, oh my gosh, it was like the tiniest bite.
Oh, that wasn't a tiny bite. No, but it's not. Please don't hit that part.
Just go for it. There's no judgments here.
Okay,
hello again, and welcome back to Cooking with Chef ThugLife. I am going to show y'all another breakfast recipe, how to make some grits. This is something that is cheap and readily available in supermarkets. It is something that can stay on your shelf for a while. It doesn't go bad, so it's something that you should just have around, and a little bit of it goes a long way. It can feed a lot of people, and you can add other things to it as well. If you wanted to add some eggs or sausage, stuff like that to it, like how it looks on here. And it's something quick that you can eat for breakfast. So let's get to it. We are going to start with, we need, our liquid is going to be milk and water. So we need 2 cups of milk, if you could pour that for me. I have Miss Karina here helping me out again.
I'm on the job. Oh, what do you say? 1/2 a cup?
2 cups.
2 cups.
2 cups of milk.
Well, I'm listening, so.
It's all good.
1, 2.
And for this recipe, we're only going to need 1 cup of grits. And all that grits is corn that is ground up. So this is corn.
Oh. So I can't eat grits.
What did you think it was?
Like some type of grain, yeah.
Oh, okay. Nah. This is made from corn. And then grits can be made from white corn or yellow corn. And so you can pour the milk into there, into our pot. And then we're also going to add 2 cups of water. This isn't hot, but I just always have water in my kettle. And again, whenever you're measuring a liquid, you want to keep it on a flat surface and not hold it up in the air. Add that in. Turn our stove on, and then we're also going to add 2 teaspoons of salt to this. And then we're going to wait for it to start boiling. And once it starts boiling is when we add our grits to it. Okay, so you're going to want to put a lid on so that it helps your milk come up to a simmer a little bit quicker. You also want to make sure that you keep your heat at like medium to low, because if you have it on a high heat, it'll burn your milk as you're waiting for the temperature to come up. And now this is the most work that you'll do to make your grits. You have to constantly stir as you're pouring the grits in. And you're going to be here stirring your grits for a couple minutes as it cooks. But these are the quick cooking grits, so they only take about 5 minutes to make. And you'll see over the 5 minutes that the milk gets absorbed into the grits. I'm just literally gonna be here watching my hand. You want to constantly stir so that it doesn't create any clumps as it's cooking. Wait a little bit, come back, stir it. Wait a little bit, come back, stir it. And then once it thickens up is when we'll add some cheese to it.
Yes. So I have a question.
Yes.
For like some of my vegan and vegetarian friends, got y'all. So if they don't drink milk, can we substitute this with like?
You can use any milk that you like, or you don't even have to use milk at all. You could use all water if you wanted to.
Okay.
It could also be vegetable stock instead of that, or you could
that
do a
would be
combination of like vegetable stock and the water, like 2 cups vegetable stock, 2 cups water instead of using the milk. I've also done it with coconut milk, and that comes out really nice.
Okay.
And add like some coconut flakes to it and everything. So,
I think I've had that.
And you probably have. Grits are my jam. I've been doing grits for quite some time, and then even with the cheese, you can add vegan cheese to it. Like there's usually a pre-shredded vegan mozzarella cheese, so you can add that instead. And there's also there'll be like vegan cream cheese that you can use. I like to use a combination of cream cheese and then a shredded cheese. The cream cheese gives it a little bit more of like a butteriness to it, and then whatever the shredded cheese is more like the flavor. So it's like it could be cheddar, pepper jack. So it's like the cream cheese is just hanging out in the background. It's just like
everything is about the
everything is about
cheese.
more of the shredded cheese.
Yeah, I love grits. They're my favorite. I put my bacon in it. Since childhood.
So it's getting a little bit thicker now, and it's definitely making sure there's no clumps at the bottom. Grits are just so versatile. You can have this for like breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You can make it, you can make it like sweet. You can make it savory. You could put shrimp on this. You could put. I actually like to put like a vegan chipotle sausage on top of my grits with like a fried egg. Oh my goodness! I know that sounds like contradictory. I'm eating an egg. I know. It's just like this is why I don't like when people ask me like, "Oh, what do you eat?" And it's just like I just eat food.
That's all it's about. The flavor. I do not discriminate.
So it's definitely thicker than when we started now. And we've probably been here about 3 minutes. Now we're just waiting for it to be fully absorbed. A couple more minutes, and definitely just make sure we're stirring so that there's no clumps at the bottom, nothing gets burnt. Nobody wants burnt clumpy grits.
Or greeny grits.
Yeah. That was a good question about if you don't drink milk.
Things. I know I have very choosy children who work, 40 hours a week and go grocery shopping.
But yeah, vegetable stock, or if you do eat meat, you can use chicken stock as well, just to give it like a little bit more flavor instead of just water and milk. As you can see, I'm turning this down because now we're bubbling because it's gotten way thicker. So this is just about the consistency that we want to see. And before it finishes is when I like to add my cheese and a little bit of butter. And because I have an electric stove, I'm actually going to turn my heat off because I know the heating element will still be hot. And I don't want my grits to burn. See, it's gonna just keep popping. Nothing is worse than grits popping out of the pot and touching you. So be careful of that. That's why I took this off, because I knew that it would keep popping. So be careful of popping grits.
Ask your parents before you use the stove. That's our disclaimer.
I'm going to take a 1/4 cup of some shredded cheddar cheese, and I'm going to add that in there, and I'm going to ask Miss Karina to whisk that.
Yes, tag them it.
And I am going to Usually on cream cheese, like with butter, it'll mark how many ounces is where you cut it. So I just need like 2 ounces of cream cheese. So it like shows you there. So I'm just gonna make a little indent so I know where it's at. And boom. I also have my cream cheese sitting out so it's soft. And then we just add that in. And then you can whisk that in as well.
See, you have to whisk counterclockwise. Like, no.
Actually, when you're whisking, it's good to make a figure 8 motion, like the number 8, so that you get kind of all of the pie.
My 8 looks real wonky. You have to edit that part out. That was not an 8. That was like a horse or something. A horseshoe. Boom. These are S's now. So don't judge me, guys.
Then we're just gonna top this off with 2 tablespoons of butter. This just makes it a little extra creamy. And again, you can use your vegan butter. So this is totally something that can be adaptable for any eating lifestyle. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna put it back on the heat so that that butter melts. And that's it. Our grits are done.
Our grits are finished. We did it, guys.
I'm gonna grab a bowl. Now Miss Karina is going to have the distinct pleasure of trying some cheese grits.
Okay.
Boom.
That's
And it's hot. You can see the steam coming off of it. Don't you lie about the taste.
okay. All right. This is my taste test. We got. Oh, I've been having this issue like all weekend. Food has been in my hair all weekend. Food almost set it on fire. It's been crazy.
I'm eating some grits for sure though.
I like it. You can taste the cheese.
Because it's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot.
Maybe is that the sour cream I taste?
The cream cheese.
The cream cheese. Sorry, I'm one of those people. The cream cheese. I like that. I've never had cream cheese.
A little something in the background, but
Here you go. Psych. It's mine.
all right, everyone. Thank you for joining me, Chef ThugLife, and Miss Karina of the Boys and Girls Club. We have more recipes and how-to videos coming for you for lunch, for dessert ideas, dinner, all of that. And we hope that you'll stay tuned all week long.